It felt great, getting work out for these coaches. A lot of people that work for the team. It felt good. My second one had New York first, but now I'm here. So it was fun. I learned a lot, just different things they could teach me in a short amount of time, and I feel like I got better. So that's what the whole process is about, just getting better and putting your best foot forward.
Specifically, what was one of those things that you learned?
Just coming off the ball screen, different ways to attack it. Different coaches, different players have different ways they like to attack it. So just learning from them, learning different ways they like to do that.
How the altitude treat you?
It was a little tough. Got here late Monday night. I've been feeling it a little bit, and especially in the workout, especially early. But I caught a second wind. I was able to fight through it. So it was nothing too bad. Just gotta hydrate better when I'm out here. Trying to limit some cramps, some tightness on the muscles. So, if I were to play out here, it's definitely an advantage getting to train out here and being accustomed to it.
Did you arrive a day early because?
What was one thing you really want to show this Nuggets front office and coaching staff?
Just me as a person, me as a player. Just let them get to know me. It's different when you get to watch tape on the guy versus when you have them in the gym. And so, whatever they want me to do, just trying to do that to the best of my ability. And so, there's nothing specific about my game. I'm trying to show people. I feel like I can do it all. And so, whatever they ask me to do, is try to do it to the best of my ability.
How much have you been paying attention? How much have you been paying attention to different like mock drafts and where you might be going?
Not at all. I'm sure my agent and all of them are paying attention to that. But for me, it's just about coming to these workouts, doing my best, handling myself the right way in the media and the public, and just trying to be someone that a franchise is interested in. I can't determine where I'm picked. That's something that the franchises and organizations have to choose. And so for me, it's just coming out here having fun, getting to know the city, getting to know the coaching staff, the organization. And just having fun, enjoying the process. It's something I've always dreamed of, going to the NBA. And so, the moment is here. So I'm not stressing out over mock drafts. Just trying to enjoy the whole process.
Justice, you mentioned you can't pick where you're going. Do you see yourself in a city, in a market like Denver, over the long run, or maybe even your whole career?
Just to be honest with you, I would have no choice immediately. Whatever team drafts me, I'm gonna have to deal with it. But whether it's free agency down the road, it's definitely a good city. I like it a lot. The organization's good, the front office, the coaches, and so it's definitely somewhere I could see myself in the future.
Is it interesting that they don't have a head coach right now? Does that kind of change the workout at all? Or what's that like coming to a workout that doesn't have a head coach right now?
It's a little different just because you don't know, if you were to get drafted to this team, who the coach would be. But, regardless who the coach is, he's going to have, great guys around him. The staff here is great. The front office is great. And so I'm sure they're going to get a great coach. And, whoever it is, I'll be willing to play for him.
Just you played you played point A ball. You played 4 and some even 5 at Duke. Obviously, Justise is a 3. Can you talk about your versatility, being able to play either the wing positions 2 or the 3?
Yeah, I feel like I do both. At times I feel like I can also be the primary ball handler. So, I just feel that's something about my game, the versatility, that's going to help me a lot at the next level. Being able to play both wing positions, handle the ball, if that's something I need to do. And so, whether it's 2 or the 3, I feel like I have an impact at the NBA level.
How much did you know about Denver before you kind of arrived and got into this process?
I feel like I knew a good amount, just from the interviews at the combine to just stuff that my agent briefed me on about Denver, as a city and the organization. I feel like I knew a good amount about the city and the organization.
Is there an aspect of your game that's kind of hard to show off in these sorts of workouts?
Not really. I mean, today we did everything. From posting up, transition, spot up threes, pull up jumpers. The only thing we really didn't do out here was defend. So. I'm sure they know, what kind of defender I am. So I feel like I got to show, a lot of my game and my versatility today.
I know you've been working.
Have an immediate impact on a team.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I feel like I can go and come in, contribute, especially on the defense end and offense end, just be aggressive, play my game, and score and make plays for others.
I know you've been working with Ravine a little bit. What's that been like for you?
It's been great. A lot of guys are in California in bigger groups, but for me, it's just more centralized, just specific to my game and what I need to work on. So it's been great. Going at awkward hours in the day, but it's just trying to get the proper amount of rest, discipline my body and my mind, so that regardless of when I'm working out, I'm ready.
Are they as intense as they're supposed to be with him? They are notoriously tough.
Yeah, pretty tough workouts with Edon.
For your 1 year at Duke to be part of a milestone victory for Coach K, a national championship, and that's a pretty fun 1 year, huh?
Definitely. Going into college, reason why I chose Duke, I thought we could do something special. And, ultimately the goal was, the national championship. which we did, but along the way, just different things. The 1,000 win, the Virginia win, North Carolina comeback win, and so we accomplished a lot. Just that 1 year at Duke, and myself individually and as a team, and so I'm very happy for that experience and very blessed. Be a part of Coach K's, career and the history he's making.
Is there a player in this league already in the NBA that you compare your game to at all?
Not really. There's definitely guys I'm similar to. You could say I'm similar to, James Harden attacking the basket. You could say I'm similar to Kawhi Leonard defensively, where I use my hands, or Wesley Matthews, or Jimmy Butler. But it's no guy I try to model my game after. I just try to be myself. But at the same time, I try to pick different things from different people. So whether it's Chris Paul attacking the pick and roll, or LaMarcus Aldridge posting up, or LeBron in transition, it's just different things you try to pick up from different players because. I could try to master Chris Paul's crossover, but my crossover is gonna be a little different. Just my body and the way I move, and so you try to pick up things from different players, but ultimately, your body and your game's gonna kind of mold that move.
Is there a player who you watch the most film of?
No, not really. I mean, I watch a lot of wings: DeMar DeRozan, J.R. Smith, James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Wesley Matthews, Kobe. It's just a lot of different guys.
How familiar are you with some of the players here in Denver on this roster?
Very familiar. I used to work out with Will a couple summers ago down in Houston. Wilson Chandler was down there, but he probably doesn't remember. I was in middle school or just getting to high school, so I was probably a scrub on the sideline back then. But those two guys I've worked out with and played with, but I'm familiar with the rest of the team. Ty being from North Carolina, me being at Duke, you're kind of familiar with them. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch many games, but now that I'm going through the process, just watching film and tape on all the different teams that I might have a chance to go to.
Think Tyler passed you? Think Tyler passed you? Could you guys put those differences behind you?
I think so. I think it's something that we could grow past, that rivalry.
Does it get under your skin at all when experts say you're a safe pick, not?
You said what at first?
When does it get under your skin at all when experts say you're a safe pick, not a star potential guy immediately?
No.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.